Life insurance. What kind do you need? Do you need it at all? And the most important aspect, how much if you do in fact need it. This is what this video is all about. I'm Anne Wilson, the Wealth Chef, and in today's video we're going to be exploring the subject of life insurance. And it's so vital that you know, firstly, do you even need it? Yep, there's a lot of you watching this who don't need it at all. What kind you need, and then how much you need. So then you can go and buy what you actually want rather than getting sold something you don't need that's going to end up costing you a lot of money that instead could be going into your asset drawer. So what kind of insurance do you want? Firstly, there are two kinds of life insurance. One is called whole life and one is called term life. In another video, we go a lot more detail into this, but the only kind of life insurance you ever want to be touching is this thing called term life. Think of the word, that term means you want it for a period of time. Because here's the thing, life insurance is not meant to be some kind of death bingo or life lottery for those you love. It's not like, whoa, you've shuffled off the mortal coil, and to compensate for you not being here and to make your loss feel less devastating to those you love, woohoo, here's a little payout. Let's see what we get from this lucky packet. No, life insurance serves a very specific purpose. The point of life insurance is to cover the gap between the assets that you have and the assets you need to earn you the income that will replace your income that you currently earn actively. So listen to that again. The point of life insurance is to fill the gap financially, a fixed lump sum, between the value of the assets that you currently have in your life and the assets you need for your financial freedom number that can earn you the income to meet your lifestyle costs in the event that you aren't there to earn that income. That is the point of life insurance. So this is why term life insurance is only for a period of time while you are building your assets, and once your assets are in place that can earn that income in place of you, you no longer need life insurance. Whereas whole life insurance is, by its very nature, it says it covers you for your whole life. So by its very nature, it is going to pay out because life is fatal. Yeah, you're going to shuffle off this mortal coil. So it's got a much higher premium because it's going to pay out. And this is where so many people waste so much money buying this whole life insurance when in fact all they're wanting is this insurance to cover this gap, which is going to cost you a lot less money and actually serve its purpose. So that is the kind of insurance you want, term life insurance. Don't touch that whole life with a barge pole. Great for the person that sold it to you, really bad for your wealth. The second question is, do you even need it? What is the point of life insurance? This is so that income or money is still available for those that depend on you financially in the event that you aren't around to earn that income. That is the point of life insurance, not to compensate for people's emotions and because they miss you, as I say, like this bingo. No, it is in order to be able to provide for those that depend on you financially. So this could be children, this could be parents that are older that require on you financially, this could maybe be a disabled child, adult child that isn't able to earn, anybody that depends on you financially. So for your kids, the whole point is to get your kids independent and liberated. So there's a point at which hopefully, yes, that your kids will no longer depend on you financially. So again, there's a period of time that kids typically would. Again, if it's older parents, that would maybe be a period of time. So if you do not have anybody that depends on you financially, you don't need life insurance, because when you die, they're not going to depend on that income. That's the only reason life insurance is there. And the second reason you wouldn't need life insurance is if you've already got the asset part to the size where those assets can earn income for you. And because then it doesn't matter whether you're around to earn or not, those assets that can then earn that income in place of you to meet the requirements of your dependents. So they can maintain the lifestyle that they've become accustomed to or that they're living whilst you were alive. So there we go. We've answered the second question, whether you need it or not. So let's assume you do need it, and now you know you need term life. So how much insurance do you need? Key question. So understanding why you need it, let's look at this graph. And on this side, we're going to put your net worth. So your net worth is the value of your assets that can earn income and grow for you, minus your liabilities, anything you owe. That's what your net worth is. And you know what your financial freedom number is. So let's say you've got your financial freedom number up here, and that is the value of your net worth, these assets minus your liabilities, that you've worked out is what you need that can earn that income for you and your lifestyle and for those your dependents without you having to earn actively. So you know what this threshold is, your freedom threshold. Once you've got assets and your net worth to that level, you absolutely do not need life insurance. So now on this axis, we've got time. And you start off at 0. You've just popped out the womb. You definitely don't need life insurance. So let's say you start working somewhere around this, it might be anywhere between 18 and 22, 23, depending what you do. So you start a working, earning life. And for most of us who aren't trust fund babies or didn't inherit that, we start at a big fat 0 net worth. And in fact, for some of us, we go negative. Yes, there's that side. We go into debt. So even if there's a bit of a blip and you might go into debt. But let's say we now come into positive net worth territory. We go through this lovely place of absolute 0, this juicy place of, well, woohoo! We cross over that threshold from negative net worth to positive net worth. We've got more assets than we do liabilities and debt. And through time, as becoming a great wealth chef, by stocking your asset pot, your net worth grows, and it goes like this. And you hit this point at which your net worth crosses through this amazing threshold of your financial freedom number, and you go, hey, I'm free. Now you've got the choice to actively stop working or continue, but work purely because you want to, not because you need that income coming in. So now, assuming you've got dependents, you no longer need life insurance because your assets are your insurance. In the event of you popping off the mortal coil, sliding off, joining the choir divine, ending this journey, whatever you want to call it, you die, and you had dependents that still required your income to survive, your assets can do that for you. So no longer need life insurance. But until that point, and you've got dependents, you do. So this is what's so cool. You can work out how much you need. And how much you need is the gap between these two lines. This is your life insurance amount. And remember, the only kind of life insurance you want is term life insurance. Because here's the cool and sexy thing. When you've put your wealth plan together, where you know what your financial freedom number is, you've got your automatic investments in place, you've worked out how long it's going to take you to your financial freedom, you can work out what that period of time is going to be. You can also work out how long you're going to have dependents. So one will come before the other. Obviously, you're going to always plan for the longer of the two, whichever is that case, and give yourself a little bit of a buffer. And so you've now worked out how much time you need so you can determine the term of that life insurance and how much. What's the value of that life insurance you need, depending on what your net worth is. So maybe at this point, your net worth, your financial freedom target up here, let's say it's 1 million is your financial freedom target, and you're already at, let's say, 300,000. The gap between the two is then that 700,000. So now you can contact your insurance broker, you can go online, do comparison, and say, I want to buy term life insurance for the value of 700,000 to fill that gap between the two for this period of time. and that might be 10 years. And you're going to give yourself a little bit of a buffer because we always err on the conservative side. And so that's how much you need, how long you need it, and what you need. And it's as straightforward as that. And so right now, if you've got whole life insurance or you've got a really long term, you most should be going to be able to squeeze some juice and reduce your expenses right now. And remember, this is a commodity. Go and price this. Get variable quotes. Negotiate with your insurance provider. Ask for a better deal on this. And get yourself covered, sleep safe at night, and certain, feeling confident that those you love are taken care of in the event that something were to happen to you, and you get on with living that great juicy life with more of your money staying in your pocket and working for you and your assets. So if you're watching this video anywhere other than over at thewealthchef.com, head on over there and join that conversation. And under this video, I'd love to know what you have learned. Do you actually need life insurance? In the past, have you had whole life? And by converting to term life, how much is that going to save you? And just by now being able to calculate this, is that going to make you be able to sleep better at night, knowing that you and those you love are safe and sound? And if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, do that right now. So until next time, get out there, live that rich, juicy life, and let go of any anxiety about what might happen to those you love, because you've got that part sorted.